And so the faster we can get a community to do that, the better that's going to be for me and for everyone else. So that being said, let's get into ignorance.
Well, before we get started real quick,
Sure.
there is a text chat that people can use to chat, and then there's a
Okay.
Q&A tool to use for questions. Please don't use the Q&A tool for chat, and I wouldn't put my questions in the chat because the chat sometimes moves fast and your questions can get lost. At least if you put your questions in the Q&A tool, then they're sitting there and can be found and addressed. So I just wanted to make that announcement, Will. And like Will said, at the end of each word, we'll deal with the questions. You can also raise your hand if you want to ask Will directly, and we'll try that out and see if that works. If not, we might have to stick just to the Q&A tool. Go ahead, Will.
Well, you're the master of that, so I'll leave all that up to you. So ignorance.
On the what, Will?
I'm on page 746 in blacks, and it's towards the bottom on the left-hand side. Ignorant, the want or absence of knowledge, unaware or uninformed. So that's what we'll get to the end. We cannot do that without knowledge, and when we apply knowledge, we now have wisdom. Ignorance of law is want of knowledge. Notice they said law, not legal. Or acquittance with the laws of the land insofar as they apply to the act, relation, duty, or matter under consideration. Ignorance of fact is want of knowledge of some fact or facts constituting or relating to the subject matter in hand. Ignorance is not a state of mind in the sense in which sanity and insanity are. When the mind is ignorant of a fact, its condition still remains sound. The power of thinking, of judging, of willing is just as complete before communication of the fact as after. The essence or texture, so to speak, of the mind is not, as in the case of insanity, affected or impaired. Ignorance of a particular fact consists in this, that the mind, although sound and capable of healthy action, has never acted upon the fact in question because the subject has never been brought to the notice of the perceptive faculties. So when an outside agency or party sends you something, you see it a certain way and you react to it. Maybe you have emotion. For example, I'm handling a lead foot problem my father created, and my mentor saw it, and he said, "What do you see on this piece of paper?" Well, I saw at the top it said notice, and I saw at the bottom it said $801. And I said, they sent me $801 to send back to them. He goes, "See that? You didn't read anything in the middle of the paper." I said, "Well, I read it. I just know it doesn't mean anything." So that's what we're going to get to. We're going to dispel all the myths of all the different things that people believe to be true, and just get to the facts of what's on the paper.